Hello! Oh, sorry. I'm doing this video because I recently watched The Sandman and I saw that there was also a BuzzFeed quiz that you can take to see which character you are in The Sandman. So I figured I'm gonna do a review, sort of, for The Sandman and take the quiz and see which character I get. Before we start, I'm going to read out of my Encyclopedia of Spirits. I'm sorry, I already opened it because I just wanted to grab a sticky to stick which one we get today. So, at random front or back, let's do somewhere in the back. Ooh, we have Titania. Titania is the name given the fairy queen in William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, but is also found in Ovid as an alternative name for the goddess Diana. Flower fairies serve as her attendants. Titania is the fairy credited with giving the fairy flag to the chief of Clan MacLeod of the Isle of Skye in the 13th century. Since her stage debut in Shakespeare, Titania has made frequent appearances in popular culture, including in books, paintings, and video games. That one I can attest to, because if you play Final Fantasy XIV, I think I don't remember which expansion it is, but you have Queen Titania, who you actually have to fight and then is replaced by another fairy. It's really cool. I love that expansion. I kind of miss playing the game now that I'm thinking about it. It says her consort is Oberon, who I guess is the king of the Fae, but it's not quite the same. There's always this misconception. I mean, it's better now. Not as many people assume that fairies are the things, the pixies are the ones that people often think of as fairies, but fairies actually refer to all kinds of Fae creatures, like brownies, red caps, things like that. Anyways, moving on to Sandman. So before people start judging me really hard, I have not read the comics by Neil Gaiman, and I'm not going to be making a comparison between the two. I can't because I haven't read them. Don't come at me. Don't tell me that I have to read them, okay? I might. I don't know. Based on the show, I'm sort of interested, I guess. I'm not a huge comic book person, so we'll leave it to maybe. The other thing too, I'm not a professional reviewer for shows or movies or anything. I just watch a lot of them, and these are my basic thoughts on Sandman. Sandman came out not too long ago, probably last week in August or something. I don't know, I'm not super well versed on when things come out. I saw it on Netflix. I kept seeing trailers for it, and it just looked so dark and so creative, and it's the King of Dreams, man. I was like, this is gonna be so cool. To the show's credit, it was really cool when it came to creative animations and things. Some actions and themes were also very cool, but my biggest criticism is that this show was confusing, but to the point of not a good confusing. It felt like up till episode 5, I was like, damn, this is the story, this is who I'm following, these are the important people, I'm really loving the direction this is taking. And then right after episode 5, it's it dropped everything it was doing before, and it was like, hey, here's a completely new thing, new storyline that we're going with. And I was just kind of like, but why? So, to kind of break it down, Sandman is about, Sandman, Morpheus, I think is his name. I kept saying Morbius, but I think that's the movie with Jared Leto. Morpheus is the king of dreams, and he has other siblings like Desire, Despair, Death. I guess Lucifer is also his sibling, but I didn't quite understand how that related, because I felt I don't know. I don't even know what Lucifer would be. I'm Lucifer isn't death. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, King of Dreams. There is a mage, magus, whatever, who his son died and he wants him back, and he tries to summon death and entrap death, and thus, to try and bargain for his son's life and be like, well, I'll set you free if you give me my son back. Little whoopsie daisies, he accidentally summoned Morpheus, King of Dreams, and so Morpheus has been locked in this man's basement for hundreds of years. And there have been some problems with that because, he has a pretty important job. He takes care of people's sleep minds. And so there are some consequences. Also, Morpheus had 3 items that made him very powerful. His helm, a ruby, and his sand, and all those things were taken. So eventually when he gets out of the prison, which obviously takes a long time because he was down there for 100 years, well, he tries to find all the items that he lost. And that's kind of the track that you follow for the first 5 episodes of this 10-episode show. And I thought it was great. And there was this antagonist that was kind of being built up a little bit. Like, it wasn't super well built up, but you knew that there was going to be something with that particular person. And the 5th episode, I have to say, that episode was so fucked up and it was so good. It all just takes place in a diner, and it really has that uncomfortable, anxiety-riddled horror, but not quite horror. It's just constant tension, and you're just like, oh my god, this is gonna go bad. And it does. And I thought it was so well done. And basically, Morpheus faces this person, this grand antagonist, and it's over so quickly. And then when that happens, at the end, like, everything is fucked up. And you're like, okay, so maybe the rest of the show is gonna be rebuilding. It's not. It's like you get to the 6th episode, it's like, everything's fine again. Woo! Let's continue with this story and now try to care about new characters. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the plot and storyline for season 1 felt like there were 2 plots, and it wasn't really well built up and not very well followed through with. I feel like the first part of the show could have been prolonged or explained a little bit better. Like, maybe we could have gotten some background on this Magus' son, or how the Magus even acquired the knowledge to summon death, or the King of Dreams for that matter. That would have been kind of cool. It also would have been nicer to follow up with the consequences of Dream being trapped and those people who got the sleepy sickness. That would have been really interesting. I don't know. I feel like it breaking into that second half was just, it was awkward. And the characters, as much as the actors I think did a great job, I don't think I'm the best person to criticize acting. I've often watched movies and I've been okay with it, and my husband's just like, that acting was so bad. And I'm like, I don't think it was really that bad. So I don't think any actors are really bad, but I'm also not the best judge for that. But the characters in themselves, I think they were not built well upon in the show, because you have Morpheus and he is very powerful, but you also, I don't know, I didn't get a very good sense of who he is. Like, he cares about his dream world and the people who serve him, but then again he doesn't, and then he also is apparently super powerful, but at the same time, like, kind of sucks in other areas. I was like, I'm not really sure how to feel about this guy. Then there are side characters like Constantine. I thought that was going to be really built up. Like, Constantine, her ancestor comes up at some point. I was like, this is going to be a very important character, and kind of falls flat. Same thing with the best friend, who had like 1 episode that I thought, that was really cool, but then nothing there. Even Desire comes up, and I was like, ooh, this is going to be so cool. No, there was really not much there. So basically what I'm saying is, I think that Sandman the show is very beautiful. Aesthetically, I think it was very well animated, and I think that the costume design was beautiful. I think that the representation that was in it, amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a show that has that much, like, just people. It engages more audience, I think, and I think that was phenomenal. But it kind of sucked when it came to actually having good story, good characters. So, will I watch another season? Maybe. I think there is potential there. And I think that if the creators for season 1 listen to some of the critiques about the lack of substance, then it could be really good. So I will probably give season 2 a try. Okay, and now, as I complained about the characters not really meaning much to me in the show, I am going to take the character quiz that was made by BuzzFeed. I'll put the link down below if you're interested in doing it yourself. Alright, so the first question here is, which quality do you most admire in a friend? Loyalty, empathy, confidence, dedication, sense of adventure, or sense of humor? I mean, obviously everyone wants friends who are loyal, who aren't going to stab you in the back or anything like that. Everyone wants someone who can be empathetic and can be, can understand how you're feeling. Confidence, I don't really care much about that. Like, I don't need someone who's confidence. Dedication, I guess. Sense of adventure, I'm not a very adventurous person, so I would rather not, because if they are very adventurous, I'm just going to be the really annoying friend who's like, I don't want to. And sense of humor, I feel like sense of humor is very important. especially when you are in a shitty situation. It's just really good to have someone who can bring in a bit of just, this sucks, but let's laugh about it. And if I'll be honest, like, Ryan is that person for me, and I love him for his sense of humor. So that's my answer. Which Sandman character would you trust with a secret? Matthew the Raven, Abel, Death, Desire, Gilbert, or Irving the Gargoyle? Again, these characters didn't really have much screen time, so I feel like Matthew the Raven would probably tell my secret to Morpheus. Abel would probably tell his brother. Death, I think is too busy to really care about my secret. Desire would fucking, no, they would use it against me. Gilbert, no spoilers here, but Gilbert can't really tell my secret either. And Irving the Gargoyle literally can't speak. So, between Gilbert or Irving the Gargoyle is where I'm at right now. I'm a person who speaks to inanimate objects, so I'm gonna pick the Gargoyle, because I love telling my secrets to things that can't talk. Pick a Neil Gaiman book or comic to read. This is gonna be very easy, because I've read 2 of these. It's Good Omens, Stardust, American Gods, Coraline, Anansi Boys, or Norse Mythology. I read Norse Mythology, thought it was pretty good. Good Omens, fucking loved it. I think that show, the Amazon Prime adaptation of Good Omens, did a really good job of adapting the book. I haven't read American Gods, but I do have it. I haven't read Coraline, but I do have it. So, because I've already read Good Omens and I've already read Norse Mythology, I'm gonna go with Coraline. Pick an actor from another Netflix project to star in a movie with. I'm sorry, what? I'm starring with them? I don't know these people. I wouldn't... Tom Ellis, he's in Lucifer, which I also did watch. I didn't finish it, though. It started getting too long. I'm not a fan of shows that continue and keep going and don't have a fucking ending. I just don't like it. I like it when things end short and sweet and good. Kristen Bell. Seems sweet. Regé-Jean Page? Regé-Jean Page? I don't know how to say that name. Winona Ryder, Kerry Washington, Matt Smith. I'm gonna go with Winona Ryder just because she's worked with kids, clearly, in Stranger Things, and she just seems like such a sweet person. And I need more sweetness in my life. Pick a dream you would want to come true. Getting to travel through time. Bringing someone back from the dead. That seems like a bad idea. Meeting the love of your life. I've already done that. Never growing old. Becoming the smartest person in the world. Hell no. The ability to travel through dreams. Alright, so I'm gonna break these down one by one. Getting to travel through time. No, I think that kind of sucks because, unless I'm going maybe to the future, but the future could suck, and the past has had so many terrible things too. I'm not really interested in traveling through time. That's not something that I'm particularly... No. Stopping time, I'd love to do that. Bringing someone back from the dead, no. Meeting love of your life, I already met mine. Never growing old. I'm one of those people who maybe I'm weird, but I genuinely, am looking forward to when I am 70, 80 years old, I'm just old as shit and I give no more fucks. I'm probably weird. Becoming the smartest person in the world, no, because then you're the only person and then you probably are always the smart ass and no one wants to talk to you, no. But the ability to travel through dreams, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen, traveling through time, it's our world. It's just different time. But a dream, you can make anything out of dreams. Dreams can be whatever the fuck you want. I could travel to a world where there are dragons. They would probably eat me, but it's a dream. And I could probably control it somehow. So we're gonna travel through dreams. Fuck yeah. Finally, choose a book to TV adaptation to binge watch. Normal People, didn't even know that was a show. Watchmen, never watched it. Outlander, hated it, didn't finish it, watched a couple episodes and was like, no thank you. Big Little Lies, haven't watched it. Bridgerton, have binged it. Game of Thrones, have also watched it. I'm gonna say Bridgerton because I already binged that and I will binge it again. Oh shit, I got Lucienne. Oh, I'm actually very happy about that. So Lucienne is the librarian. Your personality matches Lucienne. You're smart, loyal, and sincere. Like Lucienne, you're fiercely protective and loyal to the people closest to you. That's very true. You're someone who will do anything to help your closest friends, will, like, sending a raven to watch out for them. If I could send out a raven, I would. I would send a raven to every person I know and be like, I'm just checking it. Your brain is your greatest asset. Oh, thank you. So you can often be found studying and learning as much as possible. I wish I was that person who studied more. I mean, I do study a lot of fantasy. Very good at that. All right, so that's it for my thoughts on Sandman and for my result in the quiz. Let me know if you also watch the show. Let me know if you have read the comic books and if you think it is worth me reading them. Maybe I might even enjoy them more than the show. After all, I have access to so many books thanks to my library, so it is of no cost to me, just some of my time. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!